Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Words from the Nerds podcast. It has unfortunately been I don't even know what's it been, like 3 weeks maybe since we've posted.
2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay. I thought it had been longer. I've been out sick for a little bit and we've just all been busy and haven't made the time to get to recording an episode. So we have a very long one coming at you today. We're going to be talking about a lot of the new movie releases that have come out this past month, including Predator, Wicked for Good, The Running Man. Going to touch on a couple other things later on some of the stuff that we've been watching. As always, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Always feel free to like and comment. Gentlemen, I'll be honest, I did not have the comments pulled up. But if you do leave a comment, then we will read it aloud on the next episode. We love sparking conversation with anybody who wants to tell us how our opinions are trash, or in some cases how they're really good, if you're talking about me. But pulling it up, we do have a comment from our good friend of the show, Brandon, and he is leading us back to discussion on our movie draft. For those who don't know, at the start of this year, we did a draft, five movies each for Rotten Tomatoes scores for our predictions on what would be the highest rated movies of 2025. And then throughout the year, as these projects have come out, we have a scoring system to give us each points. So we're coming up to the end of that. We're going to be closing that out here soon with Wake Up Dead Man and then Stranger Things as the final project on anybody's list. And we'll have like a point tally, and then we'll go into next year and be doing the draft again. So Brandon says, just some thoughts on the 2026 draft. You guys should do 7 total and draft 5 the first day, allowing 2 pickups throughout the year. Also, I would drop the audience score from the total. I think we already talked about doing kind of like some bench players that you can substitute in. So I think we'll definitely be doing something like that. And then dropping the audience score, it's something we could talk about. We'll see.
Yeah,
sometimes I trust the audience more than the critics.
Yeah, I'm still not fully sold on that. I've been forgetting to bring that up to him every time I literally just saw him, but I'll have to pick his brain with that and get back to y'all.
Yeah, what I want to do is I just want to take our list from this year and then like say, okay, if we had done a different scoring system, how would that have changed the results? And just see, do we agree more or less? Like, does it seem more fair or whatever? Not saying that Charley doesn't deserve the win that he's definitely about to get here in the next couple of weeks.
He doesn't.
But as we
let's hurry up and get to Aiden talking about Knives Out, all right? So he can tell me how bad I'm gonna win, bro. How crazy I'm gonna win.
Hasn't the score's been out for like a month? Like,
well, sure, but now I need the audience score, bro, and he's part of the audience. So let's find out how great, how far ahead I'm gonna pull. You know.
Well, Aiden, bro, you gotta stop logging stuff on Letterboxd, dude. I went on Letterboxd because we're going to talk about the things that we watched. So I went to just check because I kind of forgot, all the movies I've seen in the last couple of weeks. And what's the first thing I see? Aiden logged that he watched Knives Out, and I saw his rating of the movie. Anyways, we're definitely going to be changing some things up for our 2026 draft, stuff with scoring, power-ups, everything like that. Yeah, I think we do need to start there just because, this is an early reaction. Not very many people have seen the movie. Before we get into our biggest topics, we just want to hear, Aiden, an initial reaction to Knives Out. Don't give us too much, just a little something for what you thought about the movie.
Ooh, good Lord. I'm winning big,
good
baby.
Lord.
I'm winning big, baby. I'm winning big.
Good Lord, man. Yeah, I won't say too much. I don't want to give like a full-on review. My opinion, though, I think this is better than the second, not better than the first. The first is just always going to be like that 9.5, dang near perfect movie. But this is probably as close as I think that Rian Johnson will get to that again with a Knives Out movie. More so because this one kind of transcends Mont Blanc as a character. It kind of feels like the thing that there is, the whodunit, means more than him, going in for his gotcha moment. The second one you can look at, and I like the color themes with all of them. I don't know if it's for a reason, but the second one, it says bright yellow, bright blue. This one, there's old time cursive writing, and it's real dark and mellow. And I think those themes or those colors reflect the themes and how the movie plays out and what's centered around the whodunit. So if you look at the second one as kind of like oh, this is all dumb, this is all stupid, this doesn't make any, like, this isn't supposed to be anything crazy. And you compare that to this one, it just completely transcends Mont Blanc himself. And so I really gravitated towards, the Ana de Armas character, the main character in this one, and how their stories and their involvement in this whodunit affect the viewer, affect Mont Blanc himself. That's something that was missing in the second movie, and I feel like this one got as close as you can to the first one. I think it's a great treat.
What are we talking? Top 3 of the year, top 5? Like, what's the range here?
Right now, I have it under one battle after another, so it's at my 6. Okay. I think a solid 9. Yeah, 4.5 out of 5 stars. That was my review.
Gosh,
yeah. I absolutely adored it. Yeah, if you like the second one, if you like the first one, we all do. I think there's no way that you don't think that this one is getting close to that feeling that the first movie instilled in people. I don't know how y'all feel about the second one, or like the cast of characters in the second one compared to the cast of characters in the first one, or even like the themes. That was a big thing for me. Was, I feel like the first one's a commentary on class. This one, there's definitely a commentary there that is really heavy. The second one, after watching the third one, I kind of looked back and thought, and I was like, well, I don't really think there was anything there in the second one except just an island of rich people, and then obviously the main person, they make you feel something towards them, and Mont Blanc is, they're along his side. I don't know if y'all have ever taken that into consideration, or how y'all feel in terms of that when it comes to the first and second movie.
I'd have to rewatch the second one. It's
that's fair.
Nowhere near as memorable. I think I like it more than most people, but I'm also just like, whodunit movies, I'm just a sucker for those movies. And I think I also hold some experience bias with that one, because when that came out a couple years ago, I drove a couple hours to see it with a friend early when it had its limited theatrical release. So it holds a bit more of a special place in my heart.
Yeah. It'll be a cool little mirror that this one holds up to you in terms of what your thoughts are on these movies, and how the first, second, and third all compare to each other. And if there is a glaring hole in the second one that the first and third kind of fill in their movies. But yeah, I had a great time. I really loved it. Yeah, I don't want to, go into a full blown review until y'all see it. So,
Charlie, when do you watch it?
I truly don't know. When does it come out? When is it supposed to come into theaters?
Okay,
next
so
week.
It comes into theaters starting Tuesday, and then I think it's only in the select theaters for like a week, and then it's on Netflix December 12th. I didn't know if you were even able to go see it in theaters. I didn't know if you had checked on that.
Well, I actually, funnily enough, I looked. It was either earlier today or yesterday, and I don't see it. I don't see it available to buy tickets right now at my theater. But and I was talking with my fiance about this because we had seen the last one, and I was convinced we saw the second one on Netflix and we didn't see it in theaters. But I went back through my email purchase confirmations, and we saw it in theaters. So I would hope that our theater gets it again, but I don't know.
I feel like you would know by now.
I know that's the thing, yeah. But sometimes, I don't know, my theater's weird, bro.
I got very lucky that we just in the last like month or two had a more like local kind of Alamo Draft House type of movie theater open. There used to be a theater there, and then it closed down for probably like, I don't even know, probably like 8 years it was closed, and they just reopened a new theater there. And so I've literally never checked on that, but then I think I saw something on Twitter and it was like, oh, here's all the locations where you can watch Wake Up Dead Man. And so I looked and it searches by like near you, and I saw that this local place was showing it. And they also had a showtime tonight. I could have gone exactly when Aiden did, but Sunday night is always family dinner for me. So I did not go, and I am instead going at like 10:15 on Tuesday night, which is great. Gonna get out at like 1 a.m. Not my first choice, but I had to do it for John because that was basically the only option, and we both have pretty busy weeks with Thanksgiving plans. So we're gonna stick it out and go to the late showing, but I'm excited and glad that I don't have to wait, 2.5 more weeks or 3 weeks or whatever it is for Netflix.
Yeah. I'd be interested in seeing what y'all think of it. I kind of feel like how I felt after Thunderbolts, where I'm like, there's no way they don't like this. Like the lowest they give this is an 8. I'm fairly confident in that. So I'll be interested in seeing what happens.
Yeah, I'm excited. And Charley, sounds like it's gonna do you well. I think you're just gonna tap it in. I'll be honest.
We'll tap it in. Come on, man. Give me
because like
a tap, brother. You know I'm bringing this home so hard.
but a tap it in is like you've been ahead all along. You're strong and confident.
Oh, like
in
easy.
The lead.
Okay, it's
so
going
you just
kind of
little tap it in. It's easy for you.
Sure. Okay,
yeah, it's nonchalant.
I guess I wasn't thinking of it like that. Yeah.
It's nonchalant, curly head. Yeah.
It's funny. I actually just because I had to clear space out on my phone to update it, and most of it is like pictures and photos and stuff from messages. And I saw I was rewatching and deleting videos, and I saw the video of you getting your hair cut from that TikTok guy. I almost sent it back in, and I was like, "Oh, look at this fucking stupid ass boy,
dude." Why?
Well, I said not to.
It's just all AI, bro.
It's weird. Just don't even mess with it. Honestly, just delete it. We'll figure it out later.
Delete it. Okay.
I don't know how else to like. At least when it comes to like the superheroes themselves, you can find out who's like imposter in there and like who's safe. But
no, there's got to be some app for the viewer's sake. We were trying to set up doing the like guess the imposter game and do it with like either superheroes or even movies themselves, TV shows, characters, whatever. And Aiden sent us this app, and it's just a bunch of AI stuff. And now he's saying, delete it. I don't know. We'll get it figured out at some point.
No, who knows?
Anyways, we're gonna move into the oldest movie that we're talking about today, which came out at the very start of November. I almost said October. I can't believe it's almost December. Christmas is in like a month, which is crazy. We have Predator Badlands, which is directed by Dan. How do you pronounce his last name?
Gosh. I can't remember.
Dan Trachtenberg. I just completely blanked on it. Dan Trachtenberg, who directed the Prey movie that came out in 2022 for Hulu, and then also he was heavily involved with Predator Killer of Killers, the animated anthology trilogy movie. It's a hard movie to describe that came out earlier this year that we all really enjoyed. Also came out with Predator Badlands in the same year. I'm pretty sure Dan Trachtenberg has been like the main guy basically at the helm of the Predator franchise for the last few years, kind of been in control of things. So we'll start off with a little reaction for Predator Badlands in 3, 2, 1.
Oh God, Ben, that's crazy.
Dude,
really? That's interesting, man. That's interesting. I thought this would have been a heater for you. Yeah,
I thought this would be like, your shit.
I was I liked the movie. I think I gave it a 6 out of 10, but I'm a little underwhelmed and think it's a bit overrated. I didn't buy
Wow.
into a lot of the themes that were brought up in the movie. The emotional connection was there, but was like limited. It was a really like dull looking movie. Like I thought the color palette was like
That's fair.
it just didn't look
Hmm.
vibrant at all, especially in comparison to something like Prey, which just like had such a unique aesthetic. This just looked so boring to me. And then the action was like, yeah, it was cool. So I don't know. I just thought it was like a pretty fine action movie, and I didn't think that it had like too much more to offer for me.
I mean, some of the like main things that I grabbed onto for this one was just like a really cool creature feature. Absolutely love scale. I love just like the wackiest, most random things that you can think of, like a shard like field, right? That's supposed to be
Yeah.
grass, but it's all glass and things of that sort. So I think they play around with a lot of super cool aspects. And I was eating every single second of it up. Like I was locked in for the entire runtime. I thought they played around with some badass like fight choreography, some insane action set pieces. I thought it was just like the ultimate dad movie. So like
Really?
the plot is like spoon fed to you, right? It's very thin. I can understand that. I'm not saying that this is like a masterpiece by any means. Prey was just an absolute like I don't know, like this does not hold a candle per se to Prey, but I think it's fairly close. It's closer than I would have thought that this movie would have been. So yeah, I think it's just like an ultimate badass dad action movie. I have it at an 8. Yeah,
I didn't even think the action was like that crazy good. And
really.
like I don't
Hmm.
know. And so like
He's like
But
the
like,
action has to like he's a very like particular action guy. I feel like
yeah, like when he throws the sword and it just splits the whole thing in
Sure.
half, and he's just
Aiden
standing.
spitting here.
Like,
Aiden spitting.
I'm just like,
No,
dude, there's some
there's some
insane
really
shit.
cool moments, but there's also just plenty of like, yeah, it's just like standard Hollywood action. Like I don't know.
Really? I feel like the whole like climactic, the end of it. Like I loved first of all the whole like gearing up with what little resources you have. I loved that. But then
Yeah.
the way that they're all utilized, I thought was phenomenal. And
Well, I
like the
thought
way that that thing is on his shoulder, just like tradition.
yeah,
Like, come on, man, that's
no,
like
I
that's
thought all
sick.
of that was cool, but I think to really enjoy that, you had to be more bought in to the storytelling behind why that was even the case, which is we have our main character who's embracing nature and learning more about different creatures and not seeing himself as a predator and seeing himself more as an ally, and learning about the world around him. And that, while I think is like a good idea in theory, I really didn't buy into like his like I know that there was obviously subtle moments leading up to it, but it felt like a very sudden he was so like against it, hell bent in his ways, and then like it seemed like flip of a switch all of a sudden he wants to help out because she saved him. Like that was the one moment where he like all of a sudden turned. And like if it was a gradual turn where he was being pulled in both directions, I could see that a little bit more. But all the way up until that point, he was like, nope, I'm on my mission. I'm on my mission. I need my trophy. I got to defeat the Calisk. It's like,
The
it happened
the
sudden for me.
Sure. The reason that works for me, and I don't think, even in saying this, I don't think this was well handled or conveyed if this was what they were going for in the movie. But based on her saving him, it's kind of like how he saved his brother at some point in their lives, and his brother kind of felt like he owed him for that, and then his brother saved him. And so like I don't know, there's like a through line of like saving people and how you owe them or you honor them after that with a similar sort of thing. And granted, sure, I agree that like that wasn't like that didn't seem like a revelation kind of moment for him or anything like that. It kind of just came and went, and all of a sudden he was different now. I'll give you that for sure, but I guess that's just the way that I read it. and the way that I was able to accept it.
All that I'm saying is I think that the result of that, which is, him gearing up and then this like kind of revenge takedown to save her and also to free the callus, like that would work more if I was more inclined and bought into the emotional journey that he was on. If I was more on board with that, I would think that those moments are a lot cooler, because that's a big piece of it. It's not just that they're inherently cool, it's that they tie into what journey our character has gone on.
See, and that clicked for me. I mean, his journey on becoming the wolf, I was able to buy in, and it worked for me. And then, to end it off with the insane passing of the torch fight scene with your dad and, just killing him in the coolest way possible, having the other ones pull up, right? And then ending it off with Mama Bear coming in for everything. I think it was, I was like, all right, how can this not be an 8, dude? You're forcing my hand. This is just, we're dealing with a lot of really cool shit here. So,
yeah, I don't, it's other than what I've explained, it's hard for me to pinpoint it, but there was just at some point in the movie, I was just sitting there and I'm like, this is just not this like crazy, insane movie to me. It's a solid action movie. I like it. I mean, I enjoyed my time. And I don't think a 6 out of 10 is crazy. I gave Prey an 8, so I don't think that's to me, that's not like a huge gap, and I still enjoyed it. But I don't know. It doesn't hold a candle to Prey for me. I would confidently say that. And some of it is like, a lot of the CGI was really good. There was moments that were not, but the movie's look was such a big thing for me as well. I am shocked at how boring the color palette of this movie is. I don't get it at all, which like that's such a bothersome thing that you usually don't think about very much in movies, but it's just because this one was actively so bad that it was noticeable.
I think about it all the time with MCU movies, buddy.
I'm not saying I never thought about it, but like it's not usually to the point where I'm sitting down in the theater and I'm going, ugh, this looks gross. This looked gross to me.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that's fair.
Bro was holding back vomit the whole time he was watching the movie. Crazy.
That's fair.
I mean,
my score, I'd probably give it like a 7. Probably give it a 7, 7.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
8, 7, 6.
I enjoyed it a lot. I think a lot of the work that they did is like really promising still, with a lot of the practical effects, like for Deck, the main character, the combination of practical and CGI for him speaking and whatnot, all of that was done really well. And then obviously everything with Ellie Fanning's character Thea, just to make her a robot without legs, all of that was done very well. So I think like, although I think the look of the film was bad, a lot of the like actual production of how things looked, like props, costumes, the characters, all of that was done really well. It's just that the character palette or the color palette didn't do anything to help it, in my opinion. But that's okay. We're not always going to agree on everything.
Hater status achieved, Benjamin. Congrats.
I think it was a badass movie. What can I say?
Ben just hates fun, man.
Dude, this is just a good for you moment where I'm just happy for you guys that you like something more than me. We don't have to tear each other down. I'm just, it happens. Moving on to the next movie that we're going to be discussing, we have Edgar Wright's newest movie, The Running Man, starring Glenn Powell, Coleman Domingo, Josh Brolin, Michael Cera, probably forgetting some people. Our thoughts on The Running Man in 3, 2, 1.
Wow, golly.
Oh gosh, it's gonna be a doozy today. I can just tell.
Wow, really?
I think we're all gonna disagree on everything.
That's crazy, Charlie.
Well, so it looks like
so boring. I mean, for the entire runtime, it just dragged and dragged and dragged.
Interesting.
I'll start it off.
Crazy. I thought
I more so want to know why you like it so much.
I thought it was very entertaining to me. Like the moment that the run started, I felt it throughout my body, bro. While he's running in the middle of the street, empty street, the music is picking up, swelling up. I'm like, dude, this is like, I'm putting myself in his shoes. Like, holy, like, what the hell would I do? You know? I was feeling it, bro. I was in it. But I will say, just to add on a little like negative to it, for an Edgar Wright movie, the editing was surprisingly bad. Like not entirely, but large majority of it was surprisingly bad. And that's just I like after watching, I rewatched Baby Driver somewhat recently. To go from that to this, like that's crazy to me. I don't know, editing wise, but I don't know.
Dude,
I thought
that's all
Glenn
of his
Powell
movies.
was great. What
He just has such a distinct style. Scott Pilgrim, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz,
and Scott Pilgrim, even yeah,
all of it, yeah.
And so yeah, for this one to be so like disappointing, or even just disappointing is the right word, but also lacking just any sort of real sauce.
It just doesn't feel like Edgar Wright.
Yeah. And I agree with that.
It feels like anybody could have directed this movie.
Sure. Very true. Very true. I think the people I was sitting next to, I think they came specifically for Michael Cera because they didn't care about anything else in the movie. Anything Michael Cera said was the funniest thing to them, and they were laughing out loud. Yeah. But, I mean, good for them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Benjamin.
I don't know. I think I couldn't buy into this movie personally. Like, you start off by trying to set the emotional groundwork, but the audience knows exactly where we're headed. And it's one of those things where it's like, you should just get to that sooner instead of spending the first, I don't even know, 20, 30 minutes before you get to the point of the movie. I harken back to something like the John Wick movies. And yeah, those movies are a lot of style and not as much substance. I get that. But they know what you're there for, and they're going to give it to you in full effect, right? They're just going to start you off and throw you into an action scene. You don't need to set all of those things up and set the groundwork. And so I think for a movie with a concept like The Running Man, unless you're going to do the emotional stuff really well, you should probably cut it shorter than you did for this movie. We got a little bit too much of it, in my opinion, of the setup. And then I just didn't really buy into everything that happened with the actual run itself. It's like midway through the movie, they introduced that the company who's overseeing the run has the ability through the lamp posts to be able to track where you are and basically find you instantly. It's like, okay, then how are they not finding him day one, hour one? It's like his first day seemed ridiculously easy. He put on a disguise. He walked around. He got a hotel room. That was like it. It seemed like
they explained that though, like for the TV, like for the show purposes, like to get people to watch. They can't kill him off on day one, you know?
Well, yeah, I get that. And like the whole thing was that they have more control than everybody realizes and that they're secretly evil. But there was still a point of it where it's like they talk about how like all of the previous seasons of The Running Man, all of the previous runs of The Running Man end in like 10 days. Sure. I don't remember the exact numbers, but they never were stretching out the content, maybe because it just wasn't entertaining enough. They were willing to just kill people off quickly. And like, to be honest, like I understand what you're saying, which is that they want to keep things going and keep things entertaining. But at that point where they started to introduce those things, it's not like they were wanting to keep him alive. There were genuinely threats to his life towards the middle of the run where he could have just straight up been killed. And so it's like, you kind of can't have it both ways, I guess.
Well, I think that was it. Cause, and the one, the skeptic guy who runs like his own show, like exposing the company.
Yeah.
He broke it down as like, there's the clueless guy who they always pick this kind of person. They die within the first 48 hours typically. Yeah. And then there's the party person who typically dies next. And then there's the final guy. And our guy was the final guy. And sure, they'll try to kill the final guy. And I think, well, they said specifically actually that Glenn Powell's character, forget his name, how much I like the movie.
Come on,
Ben. Oh, okay.
dude.
Well, a little awkward. But they say specifically that no one's ever survived a live update before. So in that midway point through the movie where he's naked and he's about to go take a shower, it's the only part I remember.
I body doubled there.
Body doubled and name doubled. Nice job, man.
Yeah.
You did you were in your bag with that one. But he was the first person to ever survive a live update. And so they tried to kill him.
That
but
was
just
like day 3, right? Day 2.
It was early on. I don't remember which day specifically, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of those days. Yeah.
So it's like if he would have just died, like I don't know. I just can't see it both ways. You know, it's like they either were trying to kill him and should have killed him, or there was no threat to him for weeks and weeks just so they could stretch it out, or minimal threat so that he could continue to live.
Well, and I imagine because like when he jumps out the window and he's hanging by the wire on the Y, and then the main lead hunter guy is down below just watching him, like he could have shot him. I imagine that the producer told him, don't do that. Like just toy
Hold
with
the
him
moment,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, hold the moment. Like I imagine he was giving him notes and everything like that. So maybe he like that was manufactured for him to survive that live update. That's something that like I'll also say that I didn't really enjoy about the movie. I don't quite understand what the message is. It seems like it could be anti-AI, but that was it was not like it wasn't very overt in talking, like it didn't even mention this sort of system that creates things, like creates fake things. They talked about the company doing that, but not sort of any computer system or anything like that. But then also like a potentially like eat the rich kind of message.
Yeah.
Or like also anti-political because they're trying to like divide us while they all equally fuck us is what they said. So like there seems like there's a lot of different messages here, and I didn't quite understand, which one I'm supposed to take away the most. Like which one was the prevalent idea here that I was really supposed to hammer home with me. Maybe the idea, because like he had his whole big speech, and so probably like the mixture of the political and eat the rich one. But like I don't know, the ideas, none of them really seemed super fleshed out and came exactly full circle towards the end there. So that's another knock I'll give it. But
Yeah. I also hated the ending, personally.
I think it gets so insanely messy after he gets in that girl's car on the highway. I think from that I was invested. I still thought that it was it was slow, that it was dragging, like a Running Man hour and a half is very different from a better paced movie's hour and a half. But up until that point, I was still kind of along for the ride. But it gets so messy, and I'm all for the message of eat the rich, or like, hey, look, they're using the lower class to provide entertainment while they put them against each other, and fuck them, right? I'm all for that, but do it in a less messy way. Like Glenn Powell hanging on to this jet while it's burning and crashing, having this conversation with Josh Brolin, for 20 minutes, and then mysteriously surviving, and then coming back and killing Josh Brolin undercover. And then like there was just, it went off the rails. I mean, was it though? It was kind of like,
what?
It was kind of cringe,
dude. He
bro.
made him a promise. He's like, I don't know how, but one day I'm gonna fuck you up. And then they came, bro. Counting down 5, 4, dude. Come on, bro.
What would have been better? What would have been better? This, what we got, and like that end of the movie, or just him playing the Running Man game, just doing the game. Like you don't.
Honestly, I really don't know what you're talking about. Boring, bro. Like if you think about it. The only one I'll give you is maybe day 1 was kind of boring, and like it was real slow, some espionage type thing.
Boring. It dragged. It just dragged and dragged.
There was stuff happening, but it was not super engaging or interesting.
What, dude? The one we just talked about where he's hanging from the Y, that whole apartment thing, that was cool. And the way he survived the explosion, that was cool. Then like another slow moment with this family, he's learning everything about like, oh, how this little girl got cancer, now the company's really corrupt, yada yada yada. But then that leads into yet another action scene where these bikers are chasing after the brothers and everything like that, and then it goes straight from there into him hopping on a. No, he didn't hop on the train. Oh yeah, he's pretending to be a blind pastor, and then some guy tries to report him, and then he has to run for his life from that guy. So like I don't know. There's a lot of stuff happening, and sure, maybe it's like it's not the most entertaining stuff. It kind of just seems like we're going through the motions, but like that's the game, I guess, in a sort of way too. And I like that they showcase those sort of things of like the length that not the length that people go. It's not like anybody went super far, but people will report those things to try to win some money or something, you know?
It just lacked sauce. Like you said it earlier.
Sure. Oh yeah. And I'll agree with that 100%.
I think in a different writer's hands and I hate to say it, but in a different director's hands, you could have a really interesting movie. I like the whole play the game as Ben Richards learns about kind of the rules of the game and how he can bend and break those rules. Even the moment where, he films the tape, but he tells them, mail it yourself.
Yeah,
like those little things where it's like, yeah, those are cool things. I would love to see a story about him learning how manipulative the game is, but then finding a way to overcome it and ultimately beat it. I want to see that story, but in this way, I think they fumbled it personally. And I don't think it was terrible, but like, I don't think it was good. Like, I don't know. I thought it was very, very mid. And I expected more from Edgar Wright and just from a movie with this concept.
Sure. Some cinnamon things for me. Does he get the money afterwards? Because like I doubt it, right? Like I doubt he gets the money. But then how is he going around paying for his wife and daughter's groceries for them? Like I imagine he has no money, but apparently he's paying for their groceries. Whereas ideally, if the company kept their word, they're supposed to have money. They're supposed to get the money if he dies, all the money that he earned on the show. But I don't know. That was just a confusing thing towards the end that I didn't jive with. So
I gotta say, I hated the continuous, especially like towards the mid to, I guess, the back half of the movie. I hated that we kept going back to Ben Richards trying to expose something through the filming of the daily videos or like live calls, live interviews, trying to expose something just for Josh Brolin to show up and be like, too bad nobody saw it because we cut away 30 seconds ago. That happened too many times.
Hold on. The Josh Brolin part did not happen multiple. That happened one time.
I'm just like, but the AI manipulation of things.
Yes.
Like when he was sitting there in the plane giving his whole speech, thinking that it's to a live audience, I'm like, we know this isn't happening. Sure. This is so stupid.
And that's to add on to that. That's what I didn't like about the family dying thing. Like you just spent the entire movie showing me how the company fakes messages and fakes people saying things. I do not for a second believe that his family is actually dead. Like, Come on, man.
Yeah. And why would he?
Yeah, exactly.
Why would he?
Why would he buy that?
Also,
great performance from him though in that moment, but still.
Or is it Lee Pace? Lee Pace. Oh my God. I mean, I have literally never been more confident in an Invincible character's voice actor taking on this season. Fucking go for it.
I forgot he's going to be Thrag. Actually, whole time watching the movie, I forgot he's going to be Thrag. Dude, all I was thinking is like, that's Ronan. That's all I was thinking.
Bro, he just has like this, like the look, like fuck.
I forgot he was in this movie, and then I turned to John, and I was just like, dude, this is Thranduil from the Hobbit movies. He's like the leader of the elves, which John would resonate to that before he would resonate to Ronan because he's such a big Hobbit fan. And he was like, no way, because he doesn't look like it at all. And I didn't even notice it until he took the mask off. But
well, we talked about how he was in Running Man because they confirmed him for Thrag.
His voice
and
is
so
great,
like
though.
I knew it. I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to see Lee Pace in this. And then I just forgot. And it wasn't until he unmasked. And I was like, oh, shit, there he is. It was like a big, crazy moment. But yeah, he is. I just kept listening for the voice. And man, he got it.
I'd give it an 8.
I think I gave it a 6.
5.
Wow, Predator over this. Really?
Oh, the first 3. I was going to my letterbox, by the way, before everyone freaks out. I was going to my letterbox. Brandon DM'd me and said that apparently the first 3 episodes of Stranger Things leaked.
What?
So be careful, guys.
That's crazy.
Be careful. Let me see what I gave. I just want to double check and make sure that I have my correct score for Running Man. I didn't rate it. I forgot to. Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, a 6.
I don't always rate because I don't want Aiden to see it.
Well, that's why I didn't do it. I was like, I don't want them
what
to
I
see
do
it
is I place what I shouldn't tell you. I mean, you won't check it, but I place stuff on my 2025 list until it's like, okay, it's above this, below this, and then I'll know what it is.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I guess officially, y'all heard it here first.
Imagine caring about Letterboxd.
Are we? We're
Hey,
doing.
bro. Chill out.
I think we're keeping the. Where's mine?
Oh
Shoot,
my
it's this way.
gosh, bro!
Mine is actually right here.
We're not doing a Letterboxd merch showcase, bro. We're not.
Oh, there you go.
It is. It's covering my Lego Star Destroyer because if I don't have something covering it, the sun just beams right on it, and that can damage Lego bricks. That's why I can't wait to move, and then my office will be no windows, baby.
Shielded from the sun.
Yeah.
All right. I was gonna say that. I think that's it. Now it just gets into the me and Ben or like the solo.
Well, we're gonna do one movie, and then we'll go back to a little trio action. After that. So, Charlie, have you even seen the first Wicked? I don't remember.
That's
he did.
Funnily enough,
maybe it was you.
When we got to what we've been watching, that's what I was going to talk about. I just watched it yesterday.
Okay.
So you're going to see the second one?
Maybe.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Big maybe. Because now because I want to see that Eternity movie. I am very excited for that movie. That comes out on Tuesday, and Knives Out comes out on Tuesday. Ideally, my theater is going to have it. And then Stranger Things comes out on Wednesday. So and then Thanksgiving's on Thursday. Got a lot of stuff to watch. So I might not get to it, but maybe I will next weekend, but who knows?
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And I still haven't seen Now You See Me, Now You Don't. And you guys know I was pretty excited for that.
I think that was the most excited you were for any of these. Yeah. I think it was last episode we did a little excitement ranking for all of these upcoming releases. I guess we're talking about literally 5 of them today in some fashion between the 3 of us. So crazy, but Wicked for good. Charlie, I don't think we're going to talk spoilers. So you can stay if you want to hear about it a little bit.
Wicked for lame. The house falls on her, bro. I know. All right. Golly.
So just for Aiden and I, our reaction to Wicked for Good in 3, 2, 1.
What? Aiden, didn't you love the first one too? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this was not good. This is not good.
Yeah.
Wicked, not good.
So we'll have to hear your thoughts a little bit later, Charlie. But I know Aiden, who just watched it, gave the first one a 9. Yeah. I gave the first one an 8. I really enjoyed it, and I went in with fresh eyes, tell me the story. I want to hear about it. I don't know anything, and I really enjoyed kind of the journey of Alphaba and everything that was happening. And I just really found it to be compelling, well made. The production was great. The music was great. The story falls off a cliff in this movie, in my opinion. Like there, you can cross off a lot of boxes here. The production design, just as good. The performances, maybe don't reach the same peaks, but same quality. Songs don't reach the same peaks, but still really good. But the story itself, a lot of the character motivations and decisions, and then too much of this movie relied on the fact that you already, as the viewer, are supposed to know the story of the Wizard of Oz, because there's a lot of overlap just in what happens.
Jam it in there.
Yeah. And so there's supposed to be a couple of things that happen in this story that we get more depth on that ties into the Wizard of Oz. And we're supposed to be like devastated, find these things really compelling and interesting with some of our characters. I thought they completely did not handle those things well whatsoever. Like these things that are supposed to be literally tragedies, and they feel so insignificant. They gloss over those things so quickly. It feels like a majority of this movie is literally just Elphaba like hiding and trying to make a plan for how she's going to take down the wizard. That feels like 80% of this movie. Yeah. I just think the elements were here, like the story wise, there's lots of things here where they could have made something that was even better and had more emotional depth than the first part. They just fumbled it. I don't know how closely this follows with the stage play. I thought this story-wise, this was like really rough.
They took what could have been a 30-minute epilogue, right? Or is it prologue? Whatever comes at the end. They took what could have been 30 prologue. Is it prologue?
Epilogue.
Okay, I had it right the first time. This could have been a 30-minute epilogue that was tacked to the end of the first Wicked movie, and it would have been fine. I would even go as far as saying you could cut like all of the childhood stuff with Elphaba in the first movie, cut like the first 30-ish minutes, just start it from whenever she arrives at the school, and turn Wicked for Good into like condense it down to like 30 minutes. Tack it onto Wicked and just have it be its own thing.
I don't agree with you there.
I think basically what I'm saying is they stretched this second movie out to the point where we're going in loops in some moments. Characters are making dumb decisions, or they make a decision and then they have to like, you can tell it's so hand-fisted because they needed to get from point A to point B, but they didn't know how to get there. And it just left a horrible taste. It was very messy. You can tell that there's just like a lot of head-scratching moments. I think the scene with her sister and Charley, if you ever watch it or whatever, I think the scene with her sister and Ethan Slater in her like office and whatnot, I think that is like some of the worst 20 minutes of a movie I have seen all year. I'm not even kidding. It was horribly acted. It was horribly acted. The direction of the entire scene just didn't make sense. Her sister saying one thing and then going back to another and then ending it off in another way. And then Elphaba's forgiving her for some reason and just being like, I'm sorry, I have to go see the wizard, and like leaving. And I'm like, bro, slap her, bro. Like she's disrespectful.
What did her sister do? Give me a quick rundown. I don't care.
I can't, man.
What?
It's a pretty big thing.
We'll tell you after. If you really want to know, we'll tell you after.
Okay.
It's a pretty big spoiler, I would say. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
But
discussing film spoiled it for me. Before they
tweeted it. Really?
They tweeted, here's a look at this character as this character. And it was like, oh, okay. Anyways,
okay.
That scene, that like 10 minutes or whatever of that scene, it was horrendous. Like I was cringing in my seat and I absolutely did not like it. So there's just moments like that where it's like, all right. And again, Ben, it's like, we need to get this character to this point. How do we do it? Well, let's tie Elphaba into it and like do all of this horrible dialogue and this horrible back and forth, and then end it off with this character's point B. So whatever. It's messy. It's dragged out. There's a lot of moments like that, especially Glinda. Like, I don't know, all throughout the first and second movie, I'm like, am I supposed to like Glinda at all? Because there are moments where I fucking hate her. And in this movie, it is even worse. I'm like, okay, y'all are like quote unquote sisters, but I'm like, the amount of times y'all have fucked each other over compared to how y'all make up is so astronomically different to where if I had a friend that was doing what you're doing to me, I would never talk to that person again.
Seriously, bro.
Like
I did not understand how they became friends in the first one. I don't want to go off on tangent on the first one.
It's even worse in this one.
All I want to say is about Ariana Grande's performance. Ben, I don't think you've seen Victorious, but I feel like she wanted to play. She just plays this role like she played Kat in Victorious, but just without the annoying voice. It's quite literally the same shit, man. It's the same shit. It's just annoying. It's just dumb.
But she should get an Oscar nom.
No. Were people saying that last year? Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah,
People are
100%.
still saying that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No, so yeah, Aiden, that 10 minutes that you're talking about with with Nessa, oh my gosh.
Yes.
So yeah, Charlie, we're not going to tell you, but there is 4 or 5, I would say, moments in this movie where there is a
Wait, we're talking about something Nessa did to Elphaba?
it doesn't matter.
Because I just don't see how Elphaba or how Nessa could do anything to Elphaba. Her in her
Not
weird wheelchair, bro.
Don't worry about it. Watch the movie.
Yeah.
There's like 4 or 5 moments that are supposed to be either like a big shock reveal or a big tragic moment that happens with our characters. And they're supposed to be these very heavy things. All of those are handled terribly, in my opinion.
Mhm.
A few of them are more of like the tragic side of things. Charlie, you mentioned the one like, oh, I know that the house falls on her, whatever. That is such a like literally split second thing that happened.
Oh my god,
Really?
It's crazy.
They're literally making jokes. Like the whole audience is laughing. Like literally 10 minutes after that scene happens, like Elphaba and Glinda are like arguing with each other, and they're making jokes while they're doing it. It's for comedic relief. And her sister just has a fucking house on her.
House on top of her.
3 steps away. It's crazy. And then after that, it's back to tears and like them arguing and like sobbing over each other. And then something happens. Like it is the biggest fucking loop of emotions.
What about
It's
the
so
water
bad.
thing? What about the water thing? So did they play that better? Is that like at a big moment?
What do you mean the water thing?
Like when she melts.
Play it better than what?
Like then the sister thing. Do they play it like is it more
No.
emotional? Is there
I mean-
music? Good music?
Okay, that moment. I mean, fuck. All right, that moment with Elphaba and Glinda at the end of the movie. It's supposed to be the big defying gravity moment, right? It's not. It falls flat. But there's some emotion there. There's some good directorial touches there. Some good choices. Water thing happens. It's a little bit emotional. All I'm gonna say is completely undermined. Does not matter. Like
Doesn't, yeah.
at all. So
Yeah, and then also there is and you might already know this. I actually knew this going into it and just like didn't think of it until it happened. But there is a pretty big like twist reveal that happens towards the end of the movie in like the last 20-30 minutes or so. And it's supposed to be like this jaw-dropping, like, no way, like this is crazy moment. And you know what I'm talking about?
yes.
Okay.
I know it's one of 2 things. I'm pretty sure we're leaning towards like yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's a big reveal, but it literally like they basically like explain it, they spell it out to you very quickly just by showing you like a 10-second flashback to be like, oh yeah, here it is, like right in your face. This is what you didn't know before. And then literally like immediately it no longer matters.
Yeah.
Immediately it no longer matters.
Oh,
I-
you're talking about the green bottle?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, I didn't even know that's what you were talking about. I thought I was like, because I forgot that even happened. Oh
What is
my
that, like
god,
why she's
dude.
green? That's what because that was my guess.
We're not gonna say it,
Watch
but
the movie.
yeah, go see the movie. Yeah.
Geez, just a huge bombshell, and I didn't even remember it right now talking about the movie because that's how
but
like
I'm like, why does it matter? It doesn't matter. That should have been a big part of this movie. The moment that we talked about earlier with Nessa, the tragedy there should have been a big part of the movie with Fiyero. Should have been a big part of the movie. Instead, they're having a little love scene where they sing to each other and then have sex. Like, that's what we're
Her and
doing.
Fiyero?
Yeah.
Sorry, spoilers.
Scandalous, bro.
Sorry.
Scandalous, dog.
I'm just saying.
Scandalous, brother.
I'm letting it
no
loose
wonder
now.
Glinda hates her ass. That's crazy, bro.
Dude,
Yeah.
but she
Yeah.
doesn't. She doesn't. That's the crazy thing. That's why we're saying it's even worse. It is even worse. But like, it's just for everything that we could have had, they give us 3 worse things in return to drag out this movie. For every tragic moment, for every twist reveal, it's, oh, let's stretch out Alphaba trying to figure out what to do about the wizard, and she doesn't know what to do, and she's in hiding, she's running away, whatever. All of those things like is supplement to what felt like the actual emotional substance of the things that we would care about. I don't get that. It made no sense to me. Priorities just seemed completely out of whack.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's a mess of a movie. I'm still at a 6.
Me too.
As
much as it sounds like
as much as it sounds like I absolutely hate the movie. There's some really cool scenes. There's still some really cool, like her in the castle. I think is like super cool looking.
Her in the castle. Oh yeah.
The monkey. Yeah, I mean, there's
that
a
song
lot
was
of really
good.
cool. Yeah, the song was good.
The Glinda song was good too. Her
not a lot
well.
like the first movie compared to this one in terms of songs. Oh
I
man,
honestly don't know. I have to say, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. I did not like any song in the first movie other than like
what?
defying gravity at the end. Like,
Well, that's literally all that I think about for the first movie.
The first one that Elphaba gets about the wizard. I like
the
that
Wizard
one.
and I mean, like
Yeah,
I know
like,
more of the songs just because my
Future
wife
is
listens to
Unlimited.
them. So like Dancing
Unlimited.
Through Life for
Mhm.
Fiyero, Jonathan Bailey. But like I don't, none of those
No,
songs
decent.
are like
Yeah, but I look at
Yeah.
this one and I'm like, I mean, I'm not going to remember any of these at all.
Yeah, I remember the scene of Glinda, her solo, the bubble song, whatever. I remember that
Yeah.
scene because like it's actually a really cool scene the way it's shot, but like emotionally, basically nothing here, and nothing that would even come close to Defying Gravity, which I do think is like the only one of the first movie that I care about.
Yeah.
The climax of the first movie, like nothing here gets close to that, in my opinion.
At all. Yeah.
And I remember watching the first movie when it came out last year, and I told my wife, I was just like, how and why is there a part 2? Like I think we just leave it. Like I don't need anything more. And now seeing this, it's like I still feel that way. Like we did so little. The best that they could have done with this part 2 is to give us more backstory and more emotions for how this story ties into the Wizard of Oz story. They should have gone that route. Instead, it's just stretching out the Alphaba story, of which we care so much less because it's just the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah, Brandon was telling me that the first Wicked movie is longer than the entire play is, which is both Wicked and Wicked for Good, Act 1 and 2. That the first movie is longer than all of that. So then you can only imagine why it feels like this is just stretched out to all hell. It's because the first movie did all of the work. So yeah. Bummer, especially because I like the first one so much.
Yeah. Charlie, do you want to tack
it,
on your little thoughts on Wicked just while we're here? Then we can leave
I
it.
honestly can't believe you rated this a 9, Aiden, if I'm honest with you, buddy. But
the first one?
Yeah, to each their own, though. To each their own.
Hey, you're
so you're not a fan at all?
Not really.
There's literally no reason for you to watch the second one then.
It wasn't bad, but like there wasn't anything like, I don't know, it wasn't anything crazy for me. Like, I don't know. maybe I just wasn't like as tapped in as I should have been with the music. Like I was listening, I was paying attention, but I don't know, none of them really like banged with me. But then I turned to something like I'm a musical guy too. Let's get that at High School Musical 1, 2, and 3, baby. I was there for all of them. All right, that's all me. But no, I just I wasn't messing with this one. There was a couple of good moments. Like I did love the moment that I think made them become friendly with each other, only because of Cynthia Rovio. Is that her name?
Arrivo.
Arrivo, thank you. Her acting in that scene, like when they're dancing together and like she's like fighting back tears, but some tears slip out. I thought that was really good, really well done. I don't. Her character arc, it seemed. Speaking of rushed, as we were talking about with Predator, like I just feel like her focus on animals, I get it from based on like what she grew up with. She had a bear as a nurse or as an aunt or whatever it was to her. Like she grew up around animals. I get that, but that never really felt like a focus of her character is how much she cared about animals. And apart from the one conversation with the professor and then a potential another conversation with the professor and then the lion that got brought in the cage. And now like she's fully bought into these animals and cares about them wholeheartedly. And not to say that that's like obviously that's a great thing, but then to completely upend her life because of what she sees what the wizard is doing, that I don't know, it seemed, I get that she would care about that, and I can see that to a certain extent, but I also just don't, like it seemed like almost out of left field to me, like how much it mattered to her. And then obviously what we already talked about with her friendship with Glinda, I think is like, why are they friends? Even like it really doesn't. It's not clicking with me why they're friends whatsoever. Glinda is just rude. She's just like a mean girl, like all the time, even after they become friends. Like I don't know. It's not a. It annoyed me more than anything else. So, but then the climactic finish, and then also Michelle Yeoh's character. Like I get it. She had her goal in mind. She saw how powerful Elphaba could be, and like tried to exploit that. I'm sure that that's all she really cared about. She didn't care about her as a person. I'm sure. But I don't know. That just seems so like what a crazy like twist turn. Like she's announcing to the entirety of Oz that she's a wicked witch and we need to get her. And also I just don't really. Obviously, I haven't seen the second one like you guys have. But how does this go from they need her alive, they need her captured because they need her power, to, I mean, I don't know if they exactly champion the idea of her dying, her being killed, her being melted. But that just seems like that works against whatever they wanted from her. And also, I don't love, and maybe this gets rectified in the second one, I don't love, like, clearly the wizard is her father, and and he knows that. But like we're just not touching on that. Like we're not gonna like poke the bear there. And I don't know, that kind of annoyed me a little bit. But
wait, what makes you say that?
What makes me say that he's her father?
Uh-huh.
Bro, all the song that he sings while they're sitting there like talking about what the color of the Yellow Brick Road should be. Like I've always wanted to be a father, and he's looking at her like I've always wanted to be a father. Like that's how he did it, bro. And then also like we never got to see the face of the guy that her mother was having an affair with. I feel like that was very deliberate. Obviously that doesn't necessarily mean that it's the wizard, but I don't know. Maybe they was looking at it now, maybe it all seems like very surface level, but that's where my mind went. But then anyway, Michelle Yeoh's character just throwing her to the wind like that, calling her wicked and everything like that. Also, does this you guys got to tell me this, all right? This isn't gonna be spoilery because I don't remember it getting. I don't think it got touched on. Like, can she just not touch water? Like, is this not, or does she get it like a spell cast on her in the second one, where like water will kill her? Because like. She just can't touch water? Was that said in the first one? I think I missed that.
I think the thing is like the mythology of witches is that they're burned by water.
Oh,
But Alphaba is
Okay.
not truly a witch.
sure. Yeah, that's
So, like,
that's also
that's-
true. Yeah.
But they, because everybody believes that she is, there's story reasons for why that would actually become the case for what happens in the second movie.
Mm.
Like, there's kind of
See,
a
but then all of
there's
this
a
too.
decision.
Isn't this? Didn't we just find out that Dorothy was just dreaming the whole damn time? Isn't this all fake? Technically,
Is
I
it?
didn't know that.
I feel like I feel like I remember that from The Wizard of Oz. It's been a long time since I've seen The Wizard of Oz,
Oh.
but I feel like she wakes up and her house didn't actually move and she was just dreaming or something.
Mm.
I don't know. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. Could be wrong.
I don't want to say anything specifically about all the stuff you brought up with the wizard, Michelle Yeoh's character, all of that. I don't want to like touch on anything specifically, but I will just say everything that you brought up is worse in the second movie. Literally everything gets worse.
I kind of want you to watch
Everything
it just,
you listed, I promise, it
Yeah.
gets worse.
just to see how you end up.
Michelle
feeling.
Yeoh's character in the second movie,
Dude,
She's
honestly,
even more like comic
Mich-
evil Disney princess.
Michelle
Disney
Yeoh
villain.
wasn't really even that good in this. I'm not gonna
Really?
lie.
she wasn't
I don't-
great in the first one either.
I was gonna say in the first one, I
But
wouldn't say
she's great
she was
in
bad, but it's
Everything
just she didn't
Everywhere
really
All
have
at
anything to
Once.
do. Like she was barely in it.
No, she's bad in this one. She's bad.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah, she's great in one movie, and everybody loves that movie, and it's not only because of her. Like, I don't know, name something
Yeah,
else that she's been good.
I was just expecting her to be on par with that at the least, but
no, yeah.
yeah.
Charlie, is this also something that Cassidy is interested in? Like, did you guys watch together?
Oh, no, she's. When I told her we're gonna watch this. She's like, oh my god. She did not want to watch this shit.
Well, I just didn't know if like she would be the reason why you would end up going to the theater to see the second.
No,
one.
if anything, I'm the one dragging her, bro. I'm dragging her to see this shit.
I kind of want you to watch it now just to see how you feel because, oh man, yeah.
I probably will. It's got to be a cheap Tuesday now, though. It sounds like so.
Yeah, it's rough, and I don't remember if the first movie did anything with like IMAX ratio changes. I feel like it did, but maybe I'm just like misremembering. This movie did nothing.
Dang,
Yeah,
you paid for IMAX with this one too? Was it the first movie worth it in IMAX?
I mean, just because like think of that climax with Defying Gravity and think of big theater screen, loud, huge song, just the scale of that. Like I think it elevates some of the musical moments of both movies, to be honest. But no, so and Charlie, you wouldn't necessarily know this about IMAX just because you've only been to a couple, but there's an IMAX intro that plays before every movie, and it's like a countdown from 10. And there's a moment within the countdown. I don't remember which number it is, but it basically says something about, the larger screen, the best experience or whatever. And at that moment in the countdown, they expand the aspect ratio in the actual like, IMAX intro. But they only do that if the movie uses the extra ratio for like full screen IMAX stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like sometimes I'll go to a movie. This happened for Predator Badlands as well, which I only went to IMAX for that because of how the time lined up. But I'll go see a movie in IMAX, and then as I'm watching the countdown intro, sometimes if it doesn't expand the bars, I'll go, okay, I know that there is not going to be anything special about this being in IMAX. Obviously, it's still like a huge screen.
Yeah,
you
huge
get
screen,
the sound and whatnot, but they're not doing anything special with the aspect ratio changes. And I know that ahead of time. So when that happened for Wicked, I was like, I'm kind of surprised. Like for as big of a release as this is, and as much hype is surrounding this movie, for them to just not touch IMAX is a little surprising. But
Sure.
Not that I cared that much about it.
Real quick, well, I'll just say this because it has nothing to do with Wicked, but Predator, and then we can move on. But Predator, and speaking of like ways to see movies, forgot to mention, my theater installed They're called D-box seats. And it's not an entire theater of just D-box seats. It's like half of the theater is D-box seats, and then the other half is just regular seats. And so these D-box seats are like, I imagine 4D seats. I've never seen a 4D movie though. I don't know. But they vibrate, they move and shift, and you can turn up the intensity or turn it down. And I saw Predator with those seats because I was just like, you know what, I'm never gonna, might as well try it out. And it was cheap Tuesday too.
Yeah.
Don't recommend. I guess don't recommend. It was like a nifty thing, but like beyond that, it's nothing. I do want to go to an actual 4DX movie and see if it's different and see how it differentiates. But
you need to go to the right
I wouldn't do
movie.
those.
Like you
You
need to
think?
go to F1, Top Gun Maverick, like something that really leans into that could elevate the experience where it's like, okay, you are in the driver's seat and you feel like the immersion of, you know,
You're spitting here. You're spitting here.
that's what I would say. Like that's the only way. And I don't have a 40X. I'd have to drive up north to be able to go to one, which I've considered doing, but I would be very selective. Like if they actually end up making a Top Gun Maverick sequel, that would be the one. I don't know. But otherwise, yeah, it just seems kind of mid. It's like, oh, they're just going to
You'd
shake
see it
your
first.
chair
You'd see
when-
Top Gun Maverick sequel first in 40X or IMAX. Probably IMAX first, right?
Whatever. I don't care the order necessarily, I would say,
Okay, interesting.
if I get to do both. Because, like, I mean, Top Gun Maverick, I saw that a couple times in theaters, so
Sure.
I don't know. But other than that, yeah, if you're just seeing like an action movie, it's just going to be anytime there's a loud noise, it's going to shake your chair. Like it's not it's hard to make a good use of it where
Yeah.
it's not just kind of a thing, you know. It needs to be a very particular experience to work. Moving on for good from Wicked, until Charley watches it, and then we'll talk about it. I do want to hear your thoughts. I think it'll be funny to revisit it after everything we've said and just hear your take. We're going to be moving on to a nice little television show that has been coming out for the last 3 weeks, and that is Vince Gilligan's new show, Pluribus, on Apple TV. There has been 4 episodes released so far. Do we actually know what's the episode count for this season? Is it 10?
9, I think.
It's 9. Okay. So we still have 5 more weeks. We're about halfway through. So we're just going to do like a, thoughts on the full series so far that we've seen. So Pluribus episodes 1 through 4 in 3, 2, 1.
Absolute
What the
cinema.
flip, Benjamin? What the flipping a flipperison?
Can I start?
Go ahead,
Yeah,
man.
please save yourself.
I just want to say I am fully in. This is my type of show, psychological thriller. Give me a unique scenario where I don't know what the hell's going on. Give me little bits and pieces, things that I'm interested in. I want answers. I'm absolutely there 100%. I thought the first 2 episodes were phenomenal. I was bought in 100%. In the following episodes, to me, it lost quite a bit of momentum to the point where in episode 4, there wasn't a ton that happened. Like if I bottle up the things that happened in the 4th episode, I do not think it justified a 50-minute episode of television for me. Like I just think we are very slow paced right now, in my opinion. So I'm still bought in. I'm loving the show. I am really loving the show, but I'm very hesitant because it slowed down a lot. So I'm there. Like I'm ready for this to like ramp up. I want to learn more. I want to know more. Absolutely. I am seated. I'm on the edge of my seat. The last episode made me kind of take a step back and go, okay, we're slowing down. And I just it's making me worry a little bit. That's all I'm gonna
That's
say.
fair. That's fair. For a second, I thought you weren't like rocking with the show. You weren't liking it a whole lot. First two episodes, out of this world, amazing. Like I finished that first one, and I think I just finished. I had just finished one, and I texted you, and I was like, "Just watch Pluribus." It took every single cell in my body not to be like, "Oh my god, this is phenomenal!" I'm losing my mind that Vince Gilligan has just made possibly one of the best pilots of all time. Like this is fucking insane. It was great. Second episode, again, phenomenal, right? Just world building and building on top of like all the questions that you might have after that first episode. 3 and 4 are good, very good. I'm still having a great time. I will kind of, hold pinkies with you on my worry that this show will overstay its welcome. I fully trust Vince Gilligan. He made two of the greatest shows of all time. He made my favorite show of all time with Better Call Saul.
He hasn't seen Chuck yet, chat.
That will not change. Vince Gilligan is him. And so I fully trust him with everything in me. Do I think the show will overstay its welcome? No. But the concept of this, and with him saying, "Oh yeah, I think this could probably go on for like 4 seasons." I mean, I am still just kind of cautious and treading very carefully when it comes to week to week through this show. I think episode 3 and 4 are still great. Like if I were to put numbers on them, think like 9.5, 9, 8, 8, right? Like they've dropped off a little bit, but like that's a given. I'm more so worried about and me and Brandon talked about this, like what was Vince Gilligan's mindset when he sat down to do Breaking Bad, right? What was his mindset whenever he sat down to do Better Call Saul? When I say that, I mean, did he write Pluribus and say, okay, this is where it starts, this is where it ends, this is how we get there, this is probably the amount of time it takes. Now let me put all this into writing and directing. Okay, boom. I got myself like a show. I know the gist of how to get from A to B and what that looks like. Or is he taking this season by season? I need to know that. And once I know that, that might ease some of the worry I have. If he's just taking it season by season and he's like, yeah, this could go on for 4 seasons. I know sci-fi is his shtick. I know that's his thing. He's made 2 of the greatest shows of all time. I want to put blind faith and blind trust in him, but I am a little worried just because this concept, and it's like Severance, has the ability to overstay its welcome if not done correctly. And I don't want Vince Gilligan's legacy to go through that at all. Yeah. I need this show to be amazing. So I will hold pinkies with you on that. Yeah. But as for the show, as for the first 4 episodes, I think this is fantastic. This is amazing. This is everything I could have wanted out of this show and Vince Gilligan doing this. I think that's one of the best pilots I have ever seen. I'm having an absolute blast. Looking forward to this every single week. So yeah, I'm bought the heck in. I do have my worries. So
yeah, I think the season thing is throwing me for a loop a little bit too, because like Breaking Bad, as great as it is, it's great in seasons 3 and 4. And yeah, you do need a lot of what happens in the first couple of seasons to set all of those dynamics up. But is that is he really planning on a show where the first couple of seasons are going to feel a little bit more fluffy? Not that this is fluffy, but I'm just saying, like, is he willing to be like, yeah, let's take it a little bit slow until we hit the peaks before the show ends? And you're right about the concept itself being like, I don't see how you go 4 seasons and like, we're going to need answers for some of these things. There's some things that we're exploring about the idea of, can some things be reversed? And we're learning about that. It's like, how, like, prove me wrong, but how are you going to draw out a story of this concept for 4 seasons? This feels like a 2 or 3 season type of show. Same thing with Severance, I would say. If they said that season 3 of Severance was the last season of Severance, I wouldn't be upset about that. It'd be like, yeah, I want more Severance, but also there's probably enough of, oh, there's more hallways and more departments and more whatever happening at Lumen. At some point, we've had enough. Let's just tie it up nicely while we have a good thing going. And I know it's early to be saying that, but I am saying that is a pretty big worry for me. So I'm ready to be proven wrong. I know that this is way too early to like be speculating on any of this, but I'm feeling it a little bit in the 4th episode of this season so far. Charley,
y'all are
go ahead.
babies, bro. Y'all are
yeah,
babies,
obsession.
bro.
Come on, give it
Y'all
to
are
us.
babies, man. Because like here, I'll give you like episode 3, massive disappointment. That was such a nothing episode. I'll give you that. Episode 3 was a nothing episode. Episode 4 though. Absolutely not. What are we talking about? Like she went out of her way to find out the best method of how to find out the truth, which she already knows that they'll tell her the truth, but not the whole truth. And so she went out of her way to figure out like how to do this. And like, it was such a high stakes thing, even with the fact that she knows that they can't hurt her. It's still just like being crowded around all of these people. And watching all of this happen, like she's taking steps to try to figure out how to reverse things, and she's trying. Like we're seeing her exhaust all of her options right now. That's all that's happened so far. Is we're seeing her exhaust all of her options into how she can maybe change things and revert them back to how they were before. There's so many other ways we can go with not only that, but as well as the people themselves. Like there's ulterior motives there. Why is it a biological imperative for them? What happens after they figure out how to turn all the rest of these 7 or however many people it was? What do we do then? You just live on Earth and then and make it better? Or do they potentially set up the message that was sent to them and try to send it off to another planet or something like that, you know? Those are just a couple ideas. And obviously, like, we don't know exactly how Carol and these other people are not, like, why it's not working on them. That's another thing that I want to find out, and why that works. And I'm sure that that's probably going to be like a season finale kind of thing. But every question that I've had about this show so far has been answered. Like after episode 1, going into episode 2, I was like, well, I wonder if there's anybody else that's like her. Like and I was like, but I imagine that's the season finale thing. We're like, she'll be living her life in this whole thing, and then she's gonna come across somebody else that did not get turned, and we'll have to find out about that in the next season. Boom, episode 2, she's asking about that, and she goes and meets with these people, bro. Like, banger stuff. I'm wondering if these people, like, well, do they just not want to like why do they flinch up and they start seizing whenever she's mean to them? Like, can they be mean to you? No, they can't. Like they're super nice, and they'll grant your every wish and command. Like, I don't know. There's so many good and interesting things that are happening with this show that I feel like throwing out the idea of like, oh, I'm worried. Like, you guys are babies, bro. Come on, man. Get with the program, bro.
Realistically, where do you see this going if it goes for 2 or like? Well, like I said,
like I just said, like we don't know why is this a biological imperative to them, and why does this work? Where did the original message come from? Sure, they've said it's been broadcasting for as long as maybe human civilization has been around. Whoever sent it could be long dead. Maybe not. Maybe we'll find out more about that. We'll find out whatever the grand mind wants to do here, because like they've established that like that's their goal, is changing these other 7 people to be as them as one. But like after that, what happens? Like surely you don't all just sit there and sit in your houses like we all do now, just drink drinks, eat food, and live. Like there's got to be something more. And there's so many more things that we can figure out to what's going on here. Clearly, there's a space aspect to this. Do I think we're going to be going to space or anything like that? Probably not. But like, there's science fiction elements and everything that make it so much more interesting and long lasting is my point. Like we can go so many directions with this. And sure, I think anything can overstay its welcome. I'll agree with that. Like, of course, I don't think that this has any worry about that in the 4 seasons that Vince Gilligan is proposing that could potentially happen with it. Me personally.
And like I'm ready to be proven wrong, but here's my problem. I love all of the questions that you are proposing that we need answers to for all of the things that have happened, will happen, and what the future
and
looks
real quick,
like.
No, sorry, I want to hear your point, but real quick, all the people that died, like, did they just die because they were doing things, or did they die because they couldn't handle whatever was happening? Like Helen, you could argue Helen died probably because whatever was happening, but also she fell down flat on the back of her head on the cement. Who knows if that caused some sort of like?
It's because they were doing things.
You think it was because they were doing things? Okay.
Yeah, because one of the people that Carol met up with was like, "Yeah, I was driving with my grandpa," and then you made them freak out, and he died.
Sure.
Like I think it's her interruption of just suddenly everybody who was doing something all of a sudden,
That was after the fact though. That was with Carol. I just mean like the initial, like the people turning, because they said the president died. What was the president doing? Maybe, like, clearly he wasn't flying on Air Force One. Air Force One is fine. So like, what were all of these people doing? Like, did they just die because their brains couldn't take it, or were they doing something and when they just fell asleep or started seizing or whatever it was?
Yeah. So here's my like problem. Obviously, I could be wrong, ready to be proven wrong, want to be proven wrong. But my problem is that all of these questions, while they are great, does not seem like 4 seasons of television. And that is proven to me by episode 4 and 3 of this season so far. Like, I agree with you that like Carol figuring out how to best get information out of these creatures, absolutely, that's like an important part.
You don't think there could be information that comes along that would then provide more questions that could also lead into more seasons?
I agree with that. But my point is more so that we spent a 50-minute episode, and realistically, first of all, the first like 10 minutes, as much as I'm bought into like the filmmaking, the cinematography, seeing the different perspective on one of the other guys who wasn't affected, the opening 10 minutes of the episode, like right now, it doesn't serve a purpose. Will I appreciate it more later on when he joins up with Carol? I don't know. Maybe. I kind of already got the impression after she was on the phone with him and she was on the plane that her last message to him when she hung up would probably get him to click in his brain that, oh, she's not one of them, because they.
For me, I do want to say that I think that his thing at the beginning of this episode was more so to showcase like just how against them he is. Because like Carol says she's against them, but still accepts help from Zosha, talks to Zosha on a regular basis. He does not want to talk to them. He will not take food from them, similar to how Carol won't take food from. But Carol asked them to fill a grocery store for her. What's the difference there? They're like, sure, you're not eating the food that they cook and prepare for you, but they brought all these groceries to your grocery store and you're using all of those ingredients to cook whatever you want or eat. Like, what's really the difference there? Versus this guy is eating dog food he's had for years in a storage unit or something. I just think that entire purpose of that was to show how skeptical he is of these people, even more so than Carol.
Also could showcase, which I don't know if this is even something that would be a little too hand-fisted, but they talked about him. They said, oh yeah, well, we actually just discovered that there was one other person. How many other people are like that right now that have just been in hiding for the couple days that might speak English? Mm-hmm. And then there's another person, but even to see how careful he is, there could be somebody else that was just like kind of in their shop while all this happened and it's just been holed up in their apocalyptic bunker. What
if these people can stop being nice? What if they can start hurting you? What if Carol does something that makes it so they can hurt you? Or if Carol is, in her efforts to try to reverse it, they allow themselves to stop her in some physical way.
Yeah. No, and like I'm there for all of those questions and interesting things that I want to learn about. But like And even to your point, Charlie, of learning who this guy is and just how against these creatures he is, these people he is. Like, I agree with you that, like, yeah, that will come back around and we learned about him. I don't know that it should have been placed as the 10-minute opening of this episode. It should have been a shorter segment showing that for the episode that we actually get to see him interacting with Carol. Sure. Like, I'm not against it. And again, like, the filmmaking in and of itself, the editing of it, the shots, it looks beautiful. Same with Carol, like, experimenting on herself and doing the drugs to, you know, figure out what her strategy is going to be. I love the filmmaking of that scene, but that was like, that felt like such an extended part of the episode. Really, like, when I look at the things that happened to this episode, you had the opening to learn about this other guy, and then Carol trying to make a plan for getting information out of Zosha. Those two things do not scream a full 50-minute episode of television.
Well, she also figured out, like, she interrogated the other guy in her living room and found out, like, more about can they lie, what kind of they're weird. Like, I guess that's hand in hand. They're weirdly honest. They'll grant they'll give me anything that I want. Like, it was a checklist of multiple things, I would say. But yeah.
But like, I'm tying that into her figuring out how to get information from Zosha. Like, there's more things that happen,
Okay.
but it was all a part of that. I'm just saying that accomplishing those two things, to me, should not be 50 minutes of television. As much as I love the editing, the filmmaking, the cinematography, the performances, as much as I'm curious, I'm there for all of that. It felt like we took a lot longer to do those two things than we should have. And I'm sure in the long run, I will appreciate it. It won't matter to me. And I'm not even saying it's bad. I'm like, score-wise, I'm close to Aiden with the individual episodes. Like 9.5 for the first one, 9, and then a couple of 8s. I'm absolutely there. But like, I don't want to keep having these 8 out of 10 episodes where I feel like we didn't accomplish very much. Like, I don't know. It feels like we need more to be happening, or we need more answers, or just something more. I don't want to say interesting, because all of it is interesting, but I think I got my point across that, like, for the runtime of these episodes, there should be more, in my opinion.
See, and that's what I'd say about episode 3. I thought episode 3 was nothing and didn't provide much for the story, and for the sake of continuing any sort of like plot line with Carol, other than like the grenade thing, I guess. But
you could have combined 3 and 4 into a much better, like, you could have cut out the fat of both, had everything with the grenade and her learning about them, trying to get the information from Zosha. Like, all of that could have been one 50 or an hour long episode. And that, like, to me, that would have fixed my problems with both of them. Like, it would have made it a really good third episode.
Sure.
And I don't think that's crazy to say, but
I do want to say I love the little character moments with Rhea Seahorn. Like, she's phenomenal, I think, so far. Especially like that little, it's such a small moment, but when she's watching the tape back, and there's that moment where she's screaming and crying, like, I miss you so much. And like, she takes a moment to pause, and like, she's fighting back tears in that moment. And then she just decides, all right, keep pushing on and keep watching this clip. Great stuff. Fantastic stuff.
Yep. Yeah, it's been an absolute banger of performances so far. Tomorrow night, early episode. Let's freaking go. It'll be
because Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Crazy.
Yeah. So tomorrow night, and then Wednesday, Zootopia 2 and all the Stranger Things episodes. So
yeah, Zootopia 2 as well, bro. Oh my god.
Get it.
Yeah, I'm not
get
watching
it all.
Wicked, bro.
Get it all in while you can. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be interested in seeing not tomorrow, sorry, Tuesday. Y'all understood. Yeah, I'll be interested in seeing what what all is coming down the pipeline. I'm having a great time with it. And I think the potential of this show is still out of this world. It is very scary. Like, it was horrifying seeing her talk to the president and doing that little graphic of how everything happened, and then the like cold open that they did. My gosh, man, it is. Yeah, it was some very good shit.
Crazy how many people
Horrifying.
just let somebody walk up to them and kiss them. Crazy to me.
Well,
whatever.
Here's the thing. Like, it was like those what happened was like those planes were flying, and
that was great.
But how did everyone inside? Like, I don't know. How did it all just happen all at once?
Air vents, AC, like they'll start circulating the air.
I guess, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
like my understanding was it started at the lab, and then they populated enough, and then got in with certain organizations or whatever to then be able to do the widespread that single day where everything went down, and able to just hit as many people as they could.
Yeah,
and that's what I mean. It's like the people in the lab, like the janitor. Why are you letting somebody walk up to you and just grab you and kiss you, dog? What are you doing? What the flip? Come on, man.
That's what you
That is crazy. You what? You just said you're gonna kiss me?
No, I said that's what you do. That's the kind of freaky stuff you're into.
Oh, I mean, I did it when you were asleep at the Airbnb, buddy. Come on.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
You thought I was
did to Aiden too.
Thought I was asleep.
Boy thought I was sleeping.
Yeah, good stuff. I'm very excited to see where all this goes.
Moving into some of the things that we watched over these last couple of weeks, I am starting off this conversation because there is something that I watched that you guys have been waiting on me for. So I wanted to talk about it first.
The Bear?
While
I was sick, over the course of like 3 days, I watched season 4 of The Bear. I watched all of it. Just knocked it out.
There we go.
Can't wait to be disappointed by these thoughts.
What do you mean disappointed?
You're gonna say it was a bad season.
Am I?
That's what I think.
I don't know.
Am I doing should I do a solo reaction, or should I just Band-Aid? Okay.
The Bear, season 4 for Ben. Thoughts in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Hey, there you go, man. You got taste, buddy. You got taste. Tell ya.
Listen, it's not the peaks of season 2, but it is way closer to that than season 3. Way closer.
I cannot believe the reviews that season 4 got, man. It is a phenomenal season. It is so good.
I think it's incredible. I think there's a couple of stretches of storytelling and maybe a little bit of the habits of season 3 with like focusing too much on one specific setting or group of characters for like long lengths of time. I think there's a little bit of that in here, but nowhere near as much compared to season 3, and definitely not like bothersome. And I really just thought that this was incredible. The wedding episode, absolutely phenomenal. The final episode kind of blew me away, because it's one of those things where like when you can just have a few characters in a single setting and it just feels like an unbroken, 40-minute conversation between them and the emotional weight that carries. It's like, that's how you know that the writing is phenomenal in the show. When you're locked in a back alley, basically not moving the whole time, but you're there. That's so good.
Gosh,
it's so good.
Oh my gosh.
I think I think it's incredible. I truly do think it's incredible.
So happy you're saying this, man.
I don't know why you thought I would not.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You had some takes. You had some takes.
What takes did I thought I was
about the show in the past, man. I don't know, man.
Well,
I think you didn't like the finale of season 2 as much as Aiden and I did.
I don't remember. I'd have to.
I can't remember.
I don't the freezer scene. Like, did you care for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because I had brought up, I think when I watched season 1 and maybe part of 2, just saying like I don't understand how Carmi's even entertaining the idea of a girlfriend, because he seems like the type of guy
I
who's
do remember you saying
so
this.
committed to his craft that, you know, he would pull a Miles Teller in Whiplash and basically be like, I want to be one of the greats and you're going to stop me from being one of the greats. Which is kind of what ended up happening. So I don't think I had problems with that. I'd maybe have to rewatch our discussion on it, but
you should watch me and Charlie's thoughts on it. It's the Ironheart episode that we did. I was just looking for it. We talked a lot about you and some because you had given us your thoughts so far, and then we went into season 4 talk. But we did it like we sped run it
Super fast.
Yeah, we did it like super fast. But we talk a little bit about some of the things you said and how that contributes to season 4 and us just glazing it really. So
yeah. Real quick, I just had this thought because I was thinking about the audience score for this, and I was thinking about what Brandon said about dropping audience scores. My take on it, we don't have to get into it too deep right now, but I was just thinking about this. Like, if we did that, I would get not massive points, but I wouldn't lose any points for The Last of Us season 2. Whereas like all three of us agree that like it was not a great season of television. And so, because the critics loved it. But audience, I think we're a bit harsh, but it's closer to the actual score. So I think based on something like that, I feel like we can't completely get rid of audience scores. But I just wanted to throw that out there.
Let me handle him, guys. Let me go handle him.
You don't gotta say it like that.
That's okay.
Yeah, I thought Bear season 4 was great, and I will be there for season 5, and I'll actually watch it when it comes out, probably next year.
Banger.
I hope. Have they said anything?
I think
they've always come out June. Every season so far has been June. So
but have they said anything about season 5?
Oh yeah, no, it's renewed.
Am I just forgetting?
Okay. Yeah, it got renewed. Yeah,
like if they're filming it right now.
Oh, I don't know about that. It doesn't take too long to film. I think they usually start like beginning of the year.
Have you guys heard about some of their like filming editing process? Have you heard about this?
No.
I don't know the details, so like don't take this at face value here. But I saw like a brief video about how like whatever production crew is running the filming and editing for The Bear is like their workflow is like they have got it down to a T where they will like film for a day and then they'll have editors working on that day's footage literally the same night and like to get the best footage from that day of filming, so that basically every day they're turning around that footage immediately knowing like what they need. So as long as they have like, the scripts
and they're
ready,
making banger television like that, bro.
yeah,
Crazy.
as long as they have like the scripts like completely down, they can churn out the filming and editing of the show so fast. It's crazy.
Wow.
Damn.
And good for them.
Yeah, seriously. That's fantastic.
That's fire.
Yeah, we won't linger on that for too long, but yeah, big fan. Very, very big fan. All right. I guess we are going to go into each of us and some of the other stuff that we watched over these last couple of weeks. Mr. Aiden.
I'm kind of dry. I watched Catch Me If You Can a couple weeks last week.
First time?
Yes. And I watched it at a bad time. I fell asleep.
Dude,
So
I've been, good movie.
I know. I've been meaning to just go like just revisit the whole thing, but yeah, it was rough. I'll leave it there. All right. Been watching Smiling Friends. Absolutely phenomenal. It's cool because it's like catching on. Like I'm seeing it trend way more this year than it did at any point last year. So that's good because it's literally one of the funniest shows ever. So that's a lot of fun. And yeah, just Dancing with the Stars. I mean, I've had a dry past couple weeks. That's the one episode that I missed, but I heard that she got Robert Irwin the first perfect score of the entire season.
Yeah, is she on the season or is she Just a
She was
guest.
just for
She's like a
that
guest
dance.
dancer. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
I think she won her season though.
She was
didn't know
on a
that.
season? Oh, I didn't know she was
Yeah,
on a
I didn't
season.
know that. Yeah, I just I was talking to Maddie about it, and she was like, "Yeah, she won her season," and I was like, "Oh, I didn't even know that she was on the show." And she was like, "Yeah, she won her season." So, okay, that's cool. Oh, and Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, I finished. This season wasn't that great, man. Unfortunately, one of her sisters put it best. It kind of feels like they're used to being on reality TV now, and they're PR trained. So it's not like the peaks of the first two seasons where they would get messy, they would drop stuff and just like no consequences. Now it's kind of like they're aware of everything going on. So it's, I don't know. We'll see if this is the slow decline of the show. But yeah, this season was not great. So that was kind of ass. But yeah, that's about it, man. I've been dry recently.
Mr. Charles.
I got lots of stuff, but I'm probably gonna forget a lot of it. Caught up with Stranger Things again. Season 4 is really, really quite good. Quite good. It is. Still teared up at the Max thing in episode 4, and Lucas is acting with Max, getting her arms and stuff broken. Like great stuff. Looking
Wait,
forward to.
I have a question. So
Yeah.
episode 4 of season 4, Dear Billy. Where does that like stick out as one of the best episodes in the whole show to you, or is it just like, it's really good? Is it just really good, or is it like top tier Stranger Things?
Top tier, I'd say.
Okay. I only ask because I watched that recently, and John is like, I think this is the best episode in the whole series. And he said that before we watched it. And then I watched it, and I'm like, I mean, this is really good, but if this is the best episode, then this series is like, it's not.
I don't think it's the. But also, I don't know what else I'd put above it. I don't know. The entirety of season 4 is the best season, I think. So like, probably some other season 4 episodes, maybe the season 4 finale. A lot of good stuff happens in there, but a lot of it annoys me too. But so I don't know. Dear Billy is up there. It's like it is a really quite a good episode. It could be near the top. But yeah, that show. Fiance and I have been watching Tim Robinson's new HBO show, The Chair Company. Quite funny. Tim Robinson, he's a funny guy. You fucking fuckers. Like, I don't know. Stupid stuff. But basically, if you don't know, the premise of it is like he works in an office building, and he's doing like a big presentation, and he has to sit down in this chair. He's asked to sit down in a chair, and the chair company, the chair that he sits in just immediately falls apart as soon as he sits into it. And then so he starts looking into the chair company and like how they're made and like who makes them and who buys them and why they're so cheap quality. And like, I don't know, it really is. It's a stupid, like pass the time kind of show, but it is a very funny comedy. That's airing side by side with, I think Welcome to Derry also comes out on Sundays, right? The Welcome to Derry episode came out today. So yeah, that show, I watched Plane for the first time, the Gerard Butler and Mike Coulter
Oh,
movie.
heck yeah, dude.
Yeah. It was on Netflix. I saw it said leaving soon, and it's on my watch list. So I was like, screw it, bro. Let's do it. Honestly, I mean, it was enjoyable. It was like, it wasn't.
Oh my gosh.
It's not great at all, but it's enjoyable.
Have I told my story of that movie?
You probably have, but I forgot. Tell me again.
Okay, so I won't remember every detail, which is unfortunate. But I went to go see that movie, and it was one of those like, oh, it's a January release. It's like,
Yeah, I remember.
whatever action movie. We got the perfect crowd to watch the movie. Also, like a surprising amount of people to go and see a movie like that. I mean, I feel like lately theaters have just like not had a lot of people going to see a lot of these movies.
Sure.
Like, how empty Predator or The Running Man was like shocking to me. But anyways, surprising amount of people. And anytime something like big would happen in the movie, we would just like burst out with the
That's so
clapping.
stupid. That's so dumb.
And everybody else caught the vibe completely. And so then like the back half of the movie was like we were just having a blast. Literally everybody was on board with it. And like and I forget, like towards the end, isn't there a climactic moment where he like lands the plane or something like that?
He has to land the plane on
Bro,
another island.
he popped off. Literally,
That's crazy.
it's one of those movies where we just like turned a movie that like, yeah, it's entertaining, but like you could
It's
all
nothing.
You could sit there in silence and just watch the movie and whatever. We turned it into a very fun experience for everybody who was there. And we take credit for that. Like it literally was because we randomly would start clapping at scenes and then everybody else caught on. It was just like a fun, like
That's fun. Yeah.
communal hope for humanity moment of like, it's just a fun time.
Yeah. That's cool. That is cool actually. But yeah, I kind of wish they did more with Mike Coulter. I really miss him as Luke Cage, truthfully. Hope he gets to come back as well. Not just Jessica Jones when it comes to Daredevil stuff, but we'll see. Didn't like where they left his character off. Like I thought we were going to do a follow-up with him. Never did, but it's fine. And yeah, for that movie. What else did I see, man? This is what I mean. I'm gonna forget stuff. I don't know. Probably some other TV shows and some stupid stuff in there. But yeah, I'm trying to work my way down my watch list right now, at least Netflix wise, because I feel like I've neglected Netflix for so long. So slowly but surely making my way down. Oh, Abbott Elementary. Been watching that week to week. Funny as ever. I'm telling you, every episode, I laugh every episode. It's never a miss. It's never a miss.
Nice.
I guess I have the most stuff to yap about. Finished season 1 of Lost. Such a long show. I mean, like
yeah, that's back when TV was like 24 episodes a season.
Yeah, 25 episodes, like 40 minutes each. And I'm
Golly.
like, I told Reagan, I was like, and she reassured me. She said, we have done like maybe a tenth of what like we're going to do story wise. Like there's still so much that's going to happen. And I know that there is, but I'm like, dude, I mean, how many episodes is Breaking Bad? Like 40, 50? It's like, I just 25 episodes into Breaking Bad, we were getting into like the peak of season 3. Lost, we've answered like a couple of questions, we've asked a million more, and we leave it off in like a nowhere spot. Literally, like I don't know. It's crazy that this is like TV like this would never be made anymore. It doesn't feel like just the pacing of this. To have 25 episodes and then to end the season still so open-ended. It's still great television. Like I love focusing on all the characters and all the backstory. And I'm sure like those moments are going to hit very hard once we get to some of the reveals in the story and stuff. And I am still completely
So wait, you
blind
just
on
got to the hatch then, right?
Yeah, the like finale of the season was they blew open the hatch and the camera like goes down into it.
Okay. All right.
So
you're in for some good stuff then. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know I'm pretty positive that I'll really like it like once we get into the substance. It still is like, my gosh, it took months to get through a 25 episode season with 40-minute episodes. So yeah, I hope that the pace picks up a little bit. And it's crazy to think
he's going to finish halfway through season 3 by the time Avengers Doomsday drops, brother.
Yeah, maybe. It's bro, it's
jeez.
There's over 100 episodes, right? Total, or maybe around 100.
It's quite a lot.
Yeah, so it's going to take a long time. But
all at an hour?
They're like 45.
Yeah.
It depends. So yeah, finished Lost season 1. A couple random movies, National Treasure, Good movie, childhood movie for me. Probably, I was thinking about it. It might be in like the top 10 movies that I've seen the most in my life, just because like it was on repeat when I was younger.
I was a big National Treasure guy too.
Yeah. Probably gonna watch the second one soon, just because why not?
Real quick, I just remember 21 Bridges. I also watched the Chadwick Boseman movie where he's a cop.
Never seen it.
It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, it's enjoyable. It's a nice like thriller, high speed chase, race against the clock kind of thing.
Yeah. Another movie is Gone Girl, which I had never seen, but
Really? Oh,
yeah. Well, Reagan. So my wife has been reading a lot. She just hit like her 36th book of the year.
Damn.
And so there's been a lot of like, oh, read this, watch this type of thing. Like she's going to read Project Hail Mary before that movie comes out. She's going to read The Odyssey, which I'm also going to do. So she read Gone Girl and then is like, I've never seen the movie, so let's watch it. I hadn't either. So we decided to check that out. Not what I expected. Good movie, but I don't think it's like crazy. Like it's really well made and it's an interesting story, but it's not like crazy. Like I don't know, 7 or an 8, just because it's very like engaging. You're very much invested into what's happening. So good movie. I think that's it for like all like not new stuff that I watched. So the other couple of things, I've been keeping up with Welcome to Derry. Haven't seen the episode that just came out tonight. Be watching that probably and Pluribus, I guess, tomorrow. Welcome to Derry's been pretty enjoyable so far. It's not like anything too crazy. It's adding to the lore, which I really like. Like they're tying in a lot of stuff to the movies, either with characters or like story stuff. It's very much though, like if you're not a horror fan, you wouldn't be into it. So Charley, I don't think you would like the show. Basically, whatever. Like there's no chance. So don't even bother. Which is weird because I would also have said that you would like the It movies more than most horror movies. The show does not give those same vibes just because like it's a lot longer and more fleshed out, I guess. Whereas the It movies, like they're so character focused that it seems like it would be more in your wheelhouse. The show, not so much, but I'm enjoying it so far. And then the other two things are a couple of new releases that I checked out that these guys did not. Sisu, Road to Revenge. Dude.
Hell yeah.
Bro.
A banger.
It's so fun and so stupid at the same time. Like, I don't think it's crazy. Everything we've talked about so far, movie-wise, like take Pluribus out, all the movies we've talked about are like 5s and 6s. This is the same thing. Like, literally, Predator, Running Man, Wicked, and this are all within a point of each other, which is a crazy spread of movies to have within a point of each other. This movie is ridiculous. And the first movie was like pretty ridiculous, and there's some unbelievable things. This movie is even more so. Like there are moments where it's like they talk about John Wick doing action moves where it's like, oh, he shouldn't survive that fall or whatever, or like that hit should hurt him a little bit more. This movie has zero regard for that and just we're talking like Bollywood type action moments where it's like, that's just not a thing, but okay, I'm into it.
Yeah. The craziest one is the shot in the trailer where he like slams on the brakes and the wood logs go in front as a ramp and the fucking plane just bounces off.
What if I told you that is not the most unbelievable thing that happens in the movie?
I'd probably believe you.
Yeah. But there are certain moments where you're just like, dude, this is just cool. Like I'm in for this like revenge story. This character who talks less than John Wick. Literally, I don't think says a single word in this entire movie. And just like gets revenge on a bunch of people. And they weirdly enough set up like an emotional thread of like why he's doing what he's doing. But then it just goes all out crazy. Like, let's just make the most unbelievable stuff ever. That like, I would say there's 2 or 3 moments in the movie that are more crazy and unbelievable than that shot with the plane. Like, genuinely.
Wow.
There's some crazy stuff, but it's such a fun time. Like, I don't regret it at all. So fun movie. And then last we have Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's movie that came out on Netflix, which stars Oscar Isaac, Jacob Elordi, Mia Goth, Christoph Waltz, and I feel like I'm forgetting somebody big. Anyways, very good cast. I'll just cut to the chase here. This is a top 3 movie of the year for me.
Wow.
I love this thing.
Damn.
I genuinely, like, I watched it and it has the sauce. Like, the sauce that we're talking about missing from, like, The Running Man. It is such a well-made movie. I was fully in. The performances are amazing. The storyline of Frankenstein, I've never seen a Frankenstein movie. I agree. The trailer for The Bride annoys me and I hate it. I don't even plan to watch that movie. This is all that I need Frankenstein to be. Like, if this is the story of Frankenstein, I don't need to know anything else about Frankenstein. I'm in for this. Guillermo del Toro cooked with this movie. Absolutely cooked. Even like the performances, the production design, like, this movie better get some Oscar nominations for, like, costume design, production design. And I wouldn't even be mad about some acting performance Oscar nominations. It is that good. And, like, it's a long movie. Like, I think it's like 2 hours and 45 minutes. But it's one of those movies where I'm just like, they do such a good job with the aesthetic of the movie, where you are just engaged in the story that's being told, to where I'm fine just sitting there watching it because I love this world. I love these characters. I love this story. I'm just so in. I want to sit in this world for a couple of hours and watch everything that happens. I love this thing. It's literally my 3rd favorite movie of the year.
Damn.
I'm shocked. Like, I thought I was going to enjoy it. I loved this movie. I thought it was
wow. Holy crap. Okay. We talked a little bit before. All right. I think I'm going to check it out this week. Because I've heard this is now the second person that has told me amazing things like this. But also because I've heard a lot of good things about, I believe it's called Train Dreams on Netflix. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, that's a new movie that just came out, right?
Yeah, with Joel Edgerton, I think his name is, Uncle Owen.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon has been speaking very highly about it. He gave it literally 5 out of 5 stars. So I'm very intrigued in that one. So I think if I'm going to already be on Netflix checking out a supposed banger movie, I might as well jump across and check out Frankenstein as well. So
yeah, I mean, it hasn't even been like that divisive of a movie. Like, the Letterboxd spread is a 3.9. Like, that's very high praise for an average on Letterboxd. So it's getting great reviews, and it had an amazing early reactions when it played at a film festival a couple months back. So I think it's incredible. I wish that you guys would have checked that out, because, like, as much as outside of Pluribus, if we're just talking movies, Frankenstein is gapping everything else that we talked about. All the other new releases that we talked about, which again I said are all in like that 5-6 range. This is a 9 for me.
Wow.
I thought this was incredible. So
okay. All right.
I know it's high praise for a movie on Netflix. I mean, that's one of those things where you watch it and you're just like, one, movies like this don't feel like they're made anymore. And maybe that's overglazing it, but I genuinely watched and was like, Guillermo del Toro put in work to make this movie look and be the way that it is. But then two, it's like the fact that I can just play this on a streaming service, it
That's
feels
crazy.
like I should be an event in a theater just because of how well it's made.
Wow. I mean, Netflix is looking like Wake Up Dead Man, Frankenstein, and I guess Train Dreams. We'll see how that one is, but I mean, Netflix is knocking it out of the park with these movies, and then they have Stranger Things this week coming up. So, damn. All right, you might have swayed me a little bit.
Yeah.
I said it'd take a lot for you, specifically for you, to be like, oh yeah, I watched this Netflix movie and now it's my top 3. Like, that's insane because this boy is as picky as they come.
I'm not that big. Oh, what? Bro, my favorite
high
movies of the
moments
year
in
are like
aura, bro.
Superman
Yeah,
and F1.
Superman and F1. That's good to hear.
This is
though.
probably the most like film bro-esque movie that I have rated high.
Well, that's
up
why
on my list.
That's why I'm so shocked. Yeah.
No, it's not one of
Okay.
those movies where I would like want to watch it, a ton of times. Like, I would be good if I never saw this movie again. But it's like I was so locked in for those 2.5 hours. I just thought it was so good.
Wow. Okay.
Well, yeah, we'll revisit it if either of you decide to check it out at some point and just have a bit more of a conversation about it. But
Nice.
it's peak.
I'm excited. Now our
Yeah.
next episode should be really cool.
Bro,
we'll
Stranger
have a lot.
Things? That's
We'll have-
crazy.
We'll have Stranger Things. What we've watched, I'll just say that as like a general, if somebody's watched something and someone hasn't. Stranger Things, what we've watched. And that could be Frankenstein, Train Dreams, Wake Up
Maybe
Dead
more
Man.
Knives Out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am seeing Zootopia.
Yeah.
Which apparently I don't know if you guys have seen. Apparently it's great.
Pluribus. Yeah. Pluribus episode 5. And we didn't even talk about all these, in which y'all probably won't want to. I'm the big like leaks guy, but like all the doomsday stuff, like all of the AI.
I'm talking about the
leaks
picture.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
the picture's got.
Well, here's the thing. They are definitely AI, but I did see someone bring up a good point saying that
they're
this
based
dude
off of.
definitely has insider pictures that he's basing the stuff off of.
He's putting them into AI and having it add extra stuff.
But still, just even some random news stuff. So
I don't. But
yeah, we'll be in for.
The superhero suits look like superhero suits.
Okay,
yeah,
I think it's cool to see that. If some of them are real, I think it's cool to see. The white background ones, absolutely fake. Other than the Kevin Feige one.
Yeah,
that one's got to be real.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. A lot might change in the next week.
Real quick, last thing that I watched. There's a new documentary that came out on HBO Max called like Thoughts and Prayers. It's about school shootings, and it's about my town. Apparently, did not know that. Did not know that information. I knew that there was
shot up a school.
Yeah, are you the culprit?
There has not been a school shooting. There was almost a school shooting here, but there was not a school shooting here. But it's because oh my gosh. It's because after the Uvalde shooting, they planned like this really big all right.
That was like literally like a couple hours away from where I grew up.
Yeah. I figured I didn't.
That was like
a
huge
Texas boy.
Yeah, that was like a huge deal because we played them in football every year and they sucked. But
that's
after
crazy, bro.
they were
crazy
dog shit in football. They were dog shit. And I say that for a reason because after the shooting happened, I think they won a game, and then the number of points that they put up was the exact same number of like tragedy, like fatalities and stuff. So it was crazy that they won, but it was also crazy that the score was the exact same. Anyways, yes, after the Uvalde shooting.
after the Uvalde shooting, the school district here got together and they planned this really big drill, this really big mass shooting drill. Literally had like fake makeup, really good looking fake makeup of a bunch of like dead bodies everywhere. I think the drill was for emergency responders. So then they came in and they told all the kids to start screaming for their moms, scream like scream that you're in pain, yada yada yada. They had 4 shooters running around with like fake weapons, but they looked very real. And then they pretended like the school was on fire, like someone had put a bomb in it. Like it was all happening. Like I don't know. It was I didn't even know that this had happened here. I didn't even know
Yeah.
this happened back in 2022 or something, and I had no idea. But this is it's all in that documentary on HBO Max, and so we watched that.
It's crazy.
Oh, great way to end off the episode. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I just forgot. I
thanks for
forgot that I had
man.
watched. I forgot that I had watched it, and I was
No.
like, "Oh, that's a cool fact. It's about my town."
Yeah.
Alright.
No, next week will be big between the movies, Stranger Things, obviously, Pluribus continuing, and then I think I told you guys this, but I also on Sunday next week am going to How to Train Your Dragon in concert.
Oh, you did
Oh,
not. I don't remember you mentioned it.
nice.
Yeah, that's what the flippy.
I thought
That's
I had.
cool.
Yeah, we are going to see a live orchestra playing the music while we watch the movie.
See, wait, the animated one or the live action?
Animated.
Animated, okay. See, I really wanted to go to one of the Across the Spider-Verse ones, but I never got the chance to.
Yeah, there's a couple of those. Like I know people have done it for like Lord of the Rings, which is like, oh my gosh, that Charlie, you wouldn't understand, but like that would be a peak life experience. How to Train Your Dragon for me is up there as like the live music that's gonna hit. So lots of exciting things to look forward to for next week. And honestly, like everything we just previewed is probably most of what we're going to get to, just because there's also Thanksgiving and that's already quite a bit of things. So make sure to come back next week for more discussion about all of those amazing projects as we continue to get towards the end of 2025, which is crazy to say. It's been an amazing year.
Yeah.
It's been incredible. We were mostly consistent. We have had a couple hiccups when it comes to recording episodes, but we've done a pretty dang good job of keeping up with everything. And then just all of the shows that we've watched and talked about and everything. I've started to look at more like year in review things. And I'll be excited to take a look at some of that, like once we get to the end of the year. By the time we get there, which this is crazy to me, I will have seen 14 new seasons of television that came out this year for us to like rank and talk about, which is crazy. I was like going down the list
from a non-TV.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Because we did that midway through, or not midway through. We did that after a couple of shows had finished. We were like, okay, what do we think of like ranking these 5 or 6 shows that we've watched? And we've just like kept watching shows as things have come out, and we haven't really talked about it. So I just thought about like, yeah, when we get towards the end of the year, we're probably going to do like a ranking the television shows, ranking the movies, just kind of year in review stuff. And then like I started to just like make some preliminary lists for things. I just kept remembering more TV shows that we watched. I would go back to our episodes and I was like, oh, right. Ironheart came out this year. Crazy.
Yeah.
I don't and yeah, when that number landed on 14, I was like, that is insane. So
jeez Louise.
It's been a great year. Gonna hit over 50 movies as well by the time everything's all said and done. So it's been crazy, but it's been a lot of fun. And 2026 is shaping up to be massive.
Even crazier. Yeah.
Movie wise, I don't know if it will be show wise. Like, I don't think we'll see the likes of Andor season 2, Severance season 2. Like, I don't.
What do you mean, bro? The Boys season 5. What do you mean? Come on, bro. Get with the program.
Right.
There will be some sleepers in there. Some will pop up.
There will be. I don't know that we're gonna get the same stretches of like 2 or 3 peak television shows happening all at the same time. Like the stretch that we had multiple times this year was kind of crazy. But
The Boys season 5 and The Bear season 5. Talk to me.
You're coping hard on the boys. Listen, we're in the same boat here because we watched Gen V season 2, coping hard. But I really do hope. Anyways, all of that is still to come. We're very excited for it. We will see you guys next week for more amazing discussions. If you made it this far, thank you so much for tuning in. We very much do appreciate it. And we will see you all again very soon. Adios.
Peace.
Sayonara.
His voice.